Hi friends, welcome to Art This Week. It's so good to see all of you. I hope that you're having a really great first week. I imagine that learning from home looks a lot different, and I hope you know that all of your teachers are trying so hard and they want the very best for you. And I hope you have kindness and grace in your heart as they stumble and make mistakes too, because this is a learning experience for every last one of us. I'm working on getting some better technology so that you can actually see a little bit better when I do this. But until then, this is just going to have to do. This is from my computer camera. But if you notice me adjusting, I'm just trying to give you the best possible experience. Last week, I didn't have homework for you. Your homework was really just to find a space and to get all your supplies together and be ready to learn for art this week. I'm really looking forward to actually producing something with you today. Now, parents, if you're sitting alongside, I have been assured that we will have your kiddos linked to our Canvas this week. I know that that was not ideal starting at home learning and not being able to have that. So I am so sorry. That is so beyond my control, but I want you to know that I recognize that it is difficult. And so any type of drawing over the next week will be great as far as supplemental work goes. Practicing our fine motor skills, going outside, creating things with our hand. Art is in our world everywhere, so finding a way to use our creative imagination is an excellent way to get some of the supplemental learning in, okay? All right, so today, if I move too quickly, you may pause me, but just promise that you won't pause me when I'm making a crazy face, and if you do pause me when I'm making a crazy face, I hope you get lots of giggles out of it. Okay, we're gonna start with a book that I love. This is such a wonderful author. I hope by just seeing Pigeon that some of you are like, yeah, samesies, I know, I love Pigeon, I love Mo Willems. Mo Willems is a very talented Caldecott award-winning author and illustrator. What's really cool to me is not only does he have a brilliant mind to write books that are great for kids, but then he illustrates all of them. And we know that being an illustrator, being an artist is hard. And so he's a literary artist, both with his words and with his pictures. We're gonna start. Don't let Pigeon drive the bus. Now, as I read this book, today's lesson, you're gonna be thinking, what are some things that you would not let Pigeon do with art supplies? Okay? It doesn't matter if you're in a classroom, if you're at home, if you're out and about. What are things that Pigeon or anyone should never do with an art supply? So be having that in your brain as we read this book. Don't let Pigeon drive the bus! Hi, I'm the bus driver. Listen, I've got to leave for a little while, so can you watch things for me until I get back? Thanks. Oh, and remember, don't let the pigeon drive the bus. Dedicated for Cheryl. I thought he'd never leave. Now, this book is called A Call and Response, so even though I can't hear your response, I still want you to say it. Hey, can I drive the bus? What do you think? I hope you're telling him no. Please. I'll be careful. I'll tell you what. I'll just steer. My cousin Herb drives a bus almost every day. True story. Vroom, 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 vroom. Pigeon at the wheel. No. I never get to do anything. Hey, I've got an idea. Let's play Drive the Bus. I'll go first. Oh, come on. Just once around the block. I'll be your best friend. How about I give you $5? No fair. I bet your mom would let me. What's the big deal? It's just a bus. I have dreams, you know. Fine. Let me drive the bus! Do you think that's a good way to get your way? Your parents would not agree. I'm back. You didn't let the pigeon drive the bus, did you? Whew, great, thanks. Uh-oh. Bye. Hey. It looks like Pigeon moved on to bigger and better things. Okay, so hopefully you really liked this book. If you want to read more pigeon books, you can check them out from the public library, or you can go on YouTube, and lots of Mo Willems books are read aloud on YouTube, and you can hear about Elephant and Piggy and Pigeon and all their friends. Hopefully during that time you were thinking a little bit about that prompt I gave you. What would be some things that you would not want Pigeon to do with art supplies? No matter if Pigeon's at home, if Pigeon's at school, let's think. Oh, I know one. Don't let Pigeon break the crayons. You always want to take really, really good care of your supplies. You don't ever want to snap your crayons, to break them all apart so that nobody else can use them, because all of our art supplies are so precious because they allow us to create art. Let's think of another one. I wish I could hear your answers. Ooh, I got a good one. Cut. Think about scissors. What do we not cut? We don't cut our clothes. We don't cut our hair. We don't cut the furniture. We don't cut the floor. We don't cut the carpet. We only cut paper. Okay? We only cut paper. So I'm going to put, don't let Pigeon cut his hair. But you know that that means to cut anything except for paper. What else is a good one? Ooh, I just thought about it as I was using this marker. Don't let Pigeon leave the lids off of his markers, because if Pigeon leaves the lids off of his markers, they won't work anymore. Let's see if we can think of a few more together. I realize that my angle is not awesome for you. Let's see if I can turn you. You can see it a little bit behind my big head. Ooh, don't let Pigeon rip up his artwork. I know sometimes you make something and it doesn't work and you just want to crumble it up and you want to rip it into a million pieces. But instead, we will take a couple deep, calm breaths, and we'll find an eraser, or we'll flip our page over and we'll try again. Because all great artists know that mistakes, there are no mistakes in art. They're only happy accidents. So, will not let Pigeon rip up his art. Let's see if you can come up with 3 more things on your own that you would not let Pigeon do. I'm going to give you some think time. Did you come up with 3 more? If I didn't give you enough time, that's okay. Remember, you can pause me. Just promise you don't pause me in a crazy face. Next, let's draw Pigeon. Let's learn how to draw him, because we're going to draw Pigeon for our art today. And we're going to draw Pigeon doing the naughty thing that we told Pigeon not to do. So, for example, I wrote in mine, don't let the pigeon play in the paint. Pigeon did not listen. Pigeon knocked over the paint, and Pigeon got paint everywhere. If this was in the classroom, you would be in big trouble. If this was at home, you would be in big trouble. All good artists make great messes, but they also know how important it is to clean up after themselves. Let's learn to draw Pigeon, and then I want you to draw Pigeon doing the naughty thing that he's not supposed to be doing. I'm going to start on my board. You want to start on your paper. And a great rule, I almost forgot, on your paper is to put your name on the back. Now you might say, Miss Smith, I'm at home. My art's not going anywhere. But putting your name on your papers is a really, really good habit. And I don't want you to break that habit because you're at home learning. So I'm going to put my name on the back of mine. You put your name on the back of yours. If you want to put your teacher's name, you can. Like if I was in Miss Luby's class, I might put a 2 and then an L for Mrs. Luby. Because if I came back to school, that's what I would need to know. All right. You're going to flip it over and be ready to draw. Now, I want to draw it on the board just a little bit bigger so you can see. And then I'll draw it on my paper for you. We're going to break down Pigeon into simple shapes. Everything that we draw can be broken down into simple shapes. We just have to look at it. So, for Pigeon, we're going to start with a circle for Pigeon's head. Now, when you're drawing today, you want Pigeon to be about the size of your hand. If you draw Pigeon too huge, you're not going to have room to show Pigeon doing his naughty task. If you draw Pigeon super tiny, you're going to need a lot of details in the background to fill it up. So make Pigeon about the size of your hand on your paper. We're going to start with a circle. Then we're going to put another circle inside of that circle. We call this a concentric circle because they share the same center point. They are concentric. That's kind of a big word. Concentric. If you think of a target or a bullseye, those are concentric circles. Now we're going to put an eyeball in there for Pigeon. We're seeing a profile. A profile. right now, when I stare this way, you all are seeing my profile. I have one eye that you can see half of my nose, and you can see half of my mouth. You could see one ear, but you're not seeing everything. You're just seeing a profile. That's the same thing we're doing for Pigeon today. We're drawing Pigeon's profile. We're going to add a beak for Pigeon using 2 triangles. Then we're going to take this line and we're going to make a big U shape. I went a little high on my U. A big U shape. Then we're going to come over here and we're going to make the other part of Pigeon's neck by just making a straight line and using a horizontal line to connect them. Pigeon's known for this white collar that he has on. So if you make 2 horizontal lines, you can give Pigeon his collar. Since we're only seeing the profile of Pigeon, Pigeon only has 1 wing that we can see. Then 2 simple feet. And you have Pigeon all the way ready to finish your illustration. Now I'm going to do it again, and you can catch up with me, or if you need to go again, you can do it again, but I'm going to do it on my paper this time. Now you hopefully, better grab my markers, are starting with a pencil because you'll need to be able to erase if you make a mistake. I'm going to dive in with Sharpie because I'm afraid that you're not going to be able to see my pencil on my computer. We're going to do those steps for Pigeon again. So I'm drawing a circle for the head. I'm adding another circle. Inside, remember that word is concentric. And I'm going to give Pigeon an eyeball in there. Then you want 2 triangles to make Pigeon's mouth. And there's going to be a speech bubble like in the book. So I like Pigeon's mouth to be open to look like he's about to say something. Next step is the big U. Another vertical line for the neck and a horizontal line to connect them. Give him his collar and 1 wing because we're looking at the profile and some feet. Next, we're going to draw a speech bubble, and it's going to say the thing that you do not want Pigeon to do. To draw a speech bubble, I like to draw a V or a little triangle shape, and then attach a big circle to it. You're going to write, "Don't let the pigeon," and then I want you to finish the sentence. So, don't let the pigeon. Now, I'm going to pick something that I wrote. You can pick something that you came up with. I'm going to write, "Cut his hair." Don't let the pigeon cut his hair. Now, in the background or in my picture, I'm going to draw Pigeon doing exactly what I told him not to do, because that's what he tries to do in every book, right? He tries to do all the things you tell him not to. I'm going to draw my Pigeon holding a pair of scissors. And I'm going to draw little feathers all over the place because Pigeon has cut his own feathers. Now, I want to know where Pigeon is. Right now, Pigeon looks like he's in an abyss. He's in the white unknown. But since I'm in my classroom, I'm going to draw Pigeon in my classroom. So I'm going to give him a ground. Oops, right on the board. I'm going to put the whiteboard in there. Maybe got a little picture hanging up there. Maybe in my classroom, I have like a little banner. So maybe you can see the banner in my classroom. I want you to add details so we can tell where Pigeon is. Now, if Pigeon made this mistake at your at-home learning, then draw your at-home learning. Did Pigeon make the mistake in the kitchen? Did Pigeon make the mistake in the bedroom, in the living room, outside? Where is your Pigeon? When you get everything drawn, you're going to trace everything with a black marker or a black crayon. Either one works. And then you're going to color everything in with crayon. Check this out. The only things that I left white in my picture are things that are supposed to be white. The eyeball, his collar, the speech bubble, everything else, even the wall. It's very light, but I colored it a light brown. Make sure that you color your whole picture. Do a really, really nice job. Color in one direction. You can overlap crayon colors. Do a beautiful job. When you get finished today, your homework before next class, you can do these things. 1, you can show someone in your family how to draw Pigeon. That would be really fun. 2, you can finish coloring this. I don't imagine in the 20-some minutes that I've been talking to you that you have a project that's all the way done. So you can finish your artwork. 3, you can get on YouTube and listen to someone else read you a Mo Willems book. 4, you can get on YouTube and learn how to draw Piggy. Mo Willems has a great video on there, and he shows you how to draw Piggy. The last one, 5, is you could do free drawing on your own. Okay, so I gave you 5 different ideas on how you're going to spend the other 30 minutes of your art this week. You can show someone how to draw Pigeon, finish working on your art project, get on YouTube or go to the public library and check out a Mo Willems book and listen to it or read it. Get on YouTube and find a how to draw Piggy and learn how to draw Piggy, or free draw on your own. That should be plenty to keep you busy for your supplemental 30 minutes that I don't get to be with you. It was so good to see everybody this week. I miss you guys so much. I think I'm getting a little bit better to teaching to an empty room. I know technology isn't quite where we'd hope it would be, and I promise I'm working on purchasing some things so that you can actually see when I do my drawings better. But for now, this is what I know, and this is what I can do for you. I care about each one of you so much. I really look forward to seeing your art. Eventually, when Canvas is working, I have this awesome place that you can upload your art. That's what I'm going to want to see. I want to see what you're doing at home. But for now, for this week, this is what it has to be, okay? Boys and girls, until we see each other next time, so much love, and we will talk soon.